Night with Ron Unconditional Love Terrell. So, can you guys hear me well? I hope so. Hope my audio is good. So, I want to say hi to a couple of people in chat. Big shout out to Marshall Green. I hope the weather's good for you and things are going well. And we got Gina. I hope, I think it's at night where she is, like in the morning, midnight, after midnight. Maxinda Dusar, hello. How are you? How's the weather, you guys? What a week, eh? Hi, Teresa. How are you? So let me see. Who else? Rainy's in the house from Florida. Hello, Rainy. So how's the weather in Florida? I think it's a little warmer than here. So we had all week. We had snow melting. The sun was out, and all of a sudden tonight it's already spring. Okay, so now we're getting snow tonight and cool weather for a little while. Then they get warmer again. There we go. So, but when we get this kind of weather where I am in Quebec, Canada, it's good for the maple syrup. So, how many guys love maple syrup from Canada? I use it every day almost. I use it in my coffee. I use it on my pancakes. I use it all over the place. So, it's like gold for us. It's great. Wow. So, hi, Teresa. Yeah. Okay. Let me see who else is in. And Greta. Hi, Greta. Hugs to you too. How did you spend your beautiful birthday last Saturday? I hope things went well with you. So, how's the weather in your area also? So, um, yeah. So what a week, eh? The energy is all over the place. Hi, Dan. Dan Artist is in the house also. Dan, how are you? So, so you guys, 73 degrees. Oh my God, I can't wait for that. Yeah, well, it's freezing. Lucy Mercier is in the house also. Hi, Lucy. How are you? Um, Hi, I hope I see your name correct. So excuse me if I don't. Lupita? Is that how you say it? I hope that's the way. Because excuse my language, but I'm French, so sometimes. Oh, yeah. Okay, Lupita. I hope I didn't screw up your name, but anyway. Yeah. So Maxim said snow melted fast this week. It sure did. But where I live in the country, so there's still snow out there, but it's melting. But the problem is we're getting more snow tonight. Not that much, 2 centimeters of snow, but still the cold weather is back for a couple days, and then we're going back to wow, oh my God, 70 degrees. You guys, you wow, you can wear a bikini in at 70 degrees. Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. So Marshall Green C says, I love maple syrup, but never had it from Canada. Yeah. Well, that's one of our main products where I am at least. Well, yeah. Besides aluminum and steel, and it's one of the big ones, maple syrup. Um, so hi Nana BC, how are you? How's your how's your week? How's your day? How are you? I hope the weather is good for you. Uh, 'Cause here we're sort of going to freeze tonight for a while, for a couple of days, and then get back to warmer weather again. Uh, you're welcome, Greta. I hope you enjoyed your birthday. Any surprise? Did you get any surprises from your hubby or your family? Yeah, it is. It is very nutritious. It's better. Okay, I use it in my coffee instead of putting white sugar. I use maple syrup because white sugar is pretty bad for your health. Okay, so I use maple syrup. I love the taste of it. So I know some people in the U.S. said, oh, "Can you send me some maple syrup?" It would cost a fortune. It cost, you know, it's almost $10 a can here on maple syrup in Canada. So imagine if, yeah. Uh, anyway, hi, hi, Jay, cat lady. How are you? I hope life is treating you well. All of yous. Uh, JK, she says she can't afford your liquid gold. I use the cheap anti. Okay, yeah, I had some of that. It's not the same thing, though. The real stuff is the real stuff. It doesn't. Okay, so it's nature like that. Hmm. It's better from nature like that. So there you go. See, whoops. Let me put that up. I can. The chat just went pop right up there. Jay Cat Lady says, running around in my shorts and short sleeve shorts. I need like a double sweater here, even though I'm in the house. So, do you see, Messi? How's the weather in your area? I think you're from Toronto, Canada, I believe. You're in T. Yeah, you're in Las Vegas. Okay, you're in Las Vegas. Okay. Hey, you know the I don't know if you know about these other channels, the Soul Sisters. Like you don't maybe you don't know they have a channel, uh, and they come from Las Vegas too. uh, Sonia. So I don't know if they know about her. She's got a channel on YouTube also. She usually comes on a Friday morning sometimes. Um, let me see. So, whoops. There we go. Oh, how come it doesn't want to show? This crazy thing. I had the real syrup from Canada. It's delicious. Yeah, it is. There we go. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to click and bring that up on screen, and it did a number on me. So Greta says next Friday is 69 degrees and Saturday 70 degrees. If it stays that way, you never know in March. Yeah. Well, it sort of gets a little warmer in April for us, things like that. Right now, we went up and down weather. So, yeah. Yes, you can, Dan. Post your question in caps so I can see it and start your questions. So if you guys have any questions, um, there's so many crazy energy this week. Oh my God. I'm in Canada, by the way, folks. So you know what's going on here. We just had somebody replace Justin Trudeau, our prime minister. Now it's Mark Ham, I think. No, anyway, I know his first name is Mark. Maybe anyway, we have him replace the Liberal Party. He just got in and like the leader of the Liberal Party, and now we're going into elections next week. He's God, he has to hurry up. Everything is like speeding up like crazy. So, oh, like I've known all this stuff that's going on here. It's cray. Um, I hope what I realize there's a lot of us Canadians are waking up, but there's still MAGA here in Canada in some parts of Canada. So, but I was watching Midas Touch, and what I like about Midas Touch, if you guys watch Midas Touch, you get oh my God, Maxime Lelusseur says local. It sells for $50 per gallon. The maple syrup. Wow. Right. Oh, hi, Helen Wheels. How are you? How's your putty cat? uh, so we're going into elections. Uh, uh, whatever. I like to watch Midas Touch. You know why? Because the Midas Touch is putting out the truth in here. Like Mark Carney, yeah. The Midas Touch is putting the truth. They are number one watched in Canada, number one in the states, I believe, and they're ready to reach five. They're nearing the 5 million mark, I think. Um, yeah. So hi, Woon. He said, "Bonjour, Ron, and everyone. I love Midas. I love it too, uh, because the media, the news, even here in Canada, they don't tell you everything. They keep stuff hidden a lot of times, you know. So, like, but what I love about Midas Touch is that you know they what the Midas Touch does is they have proof, like." If I would say, I said it before that we had MIGA here a long time ago before even MIGA Midas Touch like did their shows, and I knew there was MIGA here because we're talking about the opposition. We're talking about Pierre, okay. And what I like about Midas Touch is that he does it. He says, I can say stuff, but here's the proof. So they compare what 45 said and what Pierre said, and they compare the two. You can actually see where he's getting his stuff. So they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes so that we can go like, I don't want to become like you guys in the States. I know you. I feel sorry for all you good people in the States right now, but Canada is standing up, and I hope that is standing up every way possible. I did what I could. I signed two petitions, one against 45, so that he can't. We don't want him here. The second one was against Elon Musk. I don't want this guy to put so that he can lose his Canadian citizenship. I didn't even know he had one until I found out. Okay, so Julie says, "Hi, Julie. How are you? Maple syrup is about $6 a pint here. That's expensive, by the way. Uh-huh. It is. Well, I think it's a pint. Oh my God. Okay. Hi, Kiba. Kiba Lyons is in the house. How are you? So, okay, I got your question, Lucy. So I didn't see Dan Artist. Did you post your question yet? I didn't see it. So there it is. Okay, I got you. I was waiting for you. It's okay. Okay. So because I'm reading the chat at the same time. So, whoops. Let me see. That's not what I wanted. Greta says we have two stray cats that like to hang around the house. If it's true, if you have a cat that hangs around your house, it means something and it's good. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, I got your question, Dan. Got it up there. Yeah. Um, Americans really do want Canada to stand up to Trump. Yeah, we're doing everything we can, but we like, yeah, don't we know Canadians, are really awakened that it's not the people of the United States. It's 45. See, we got brains, we're not all stupid like the MAGA people are. But I mean, sorry for saying that, but that's about it. So uh, we understand that. See, people, we have friends in the States, we have families. I have family in the States, so and by the way, I was reading something this week that, oh my God, I wouldn't want to be in their shoes because Midas Touch is sending a warning to all Canadians to, if you could put your trip uh, to the U.S., put aside for a while there, because some people are getting detained by the ICE police over there. And I read a horror story about a young lady that went across, was detained for 2 weeks, but she had a visa. I think I read something about a visa, you know, temporary visa to work there, because I think she works for a company that needs to have Canadians go across the border and do a week for temporary visa or something like that. I don't know exactly the whole. I didn't read the whole thing. I didn't stay on it because I read the horror story, and she was detained horribly. They took her phone away. They took everything away, so she couldn't call her lawyer. It was something else. The horror stories. So apparently, there's more horror stories like that coming from Canadians that crossed over. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, yeah, the polls, but polls are polls, Dan. Because it's the day of the vote. I I personally feel that Canadians want stability. So there's already a liberal government in the government. They're there, and I just hope that people continue. And the polls show that they're a little bit ahead, but still they have to make their vote count. They have to choose, you know, stability. We need stability. We don't need just some guy. You see what F-45 did this week? He said, "Oh, I prefer." This is what they said. You can Google it. I don't know, maybe find it on YouTube. But apparently, he said, "I prefer the Liberal Party instead of Pierre, the other guy." And yet, he said that to trick us in thinking, uh, yeah, okay, oh, and then later on he changed his mind. He said something else. Oh, it doesn't matter who comes in, blah 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 blah. So it's just, wow, you know what? Yeah. No, you won't see, Maxim. There's so many people taking it to heart. I mean, they understand. They hear the horror stories. I mean, I really 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 appreciate Midas Touch, like doing reporting on what's going on in the U.S., but also reporting what's going on in Canada, because you know, and I know they don't do it in French, but I know Quebecers here where I am, most people don't want a conservative party. They know Pierre Poilievre, and they have described them as a little bit of Trumpsters. And I've said something about him before. I said there's dark money coming across. I remember something that happened when Trudeau was in Ottawa. You remember the story about the truckers coming to Trudeau and taking Ottawa by all these truckers, like blocking the whole around the Parliament and all this truckers and keeping people up all night. You remember that? Well, that was Pierre Poilievre that did that. Okay, he was involved in that. So I remember this stuff. Hi, Swampy 63. How are you? So yeah, I know he's a Democrat, by the way, Reader. I know he's a Democrat, but I don't know. You know, I mean, it's you got to get the old out and the new in. I mean, younger people in Parliament, things like that. Same thing here. We're going through the same thing here. Like we need younger people who to take up the role of taking care of the environment and everything, housing. Uh, People need to help each other. Stay strong. Now they're opening up. The Parliament has decided to open up trade products, make it easier for each province to exchange goods, products, all this red tape. So it's about time. So there's one thing that we learned is that it opened up new things for Canada by what 45 is doing in the US. But there's so many Canadians watching what's happening in the US. I think it alerts them to be careful who do you choose for to come into Parliament. Okay, so yeah, well, yeah, it's sort of I get where you guys are coming from. Yeah, but we need new people to rise up, a new young people to rise up and take over. For yeah. Yeah, yeah, I know. Like I said, we saw right through that comment that these guys are talking to each other on the phone and saying, "Wow, I'm gonna try this and see if we can fool a lot of people so you can get in and then take over Canada." This guy, yeah, I know. You got to be careful of that. But I like Mark Carney for he's a banker. He knows finances. He was in charge of what I don't know the Canadian Canada, whatever they call it, a banker for Canada. He was the head of that before. So, yeah, I know what you're saying, Swampy. Old geezers can't understand the young bringing in the new ways. You need new ways. We need to protect the look. Okay, I'm not young either, but you mean I'm on the side of progress. I'm on the side of humanity. I'm on the side of coming together, helping each other. I'm on the side of making things right. Values are there, So these and money and power. Wow, you know. But most of these people stay in those positions because money, power, and everything. But they don't realize how much power the people have. I'm, you know, Government is supposed to be there to serve your citizens, humanity, and what they're doing is a lot different. So, but anyway, I'm just waiting for that my dream to come true when when the whole world comes together and stop. We're all connected in one way or the other. Humanity comes first, not government, not money, and not power. Um, Power is only there to help people in need. You have the power to help. You have the power to help, not to squash them, take their money, and the food banks here are running out of food. That's how much their people run to the bank foods to get food at the moment there. So this thing is all upside down right now, and I'm just hoping that there's a change coming anyway, one way or the other. So I really, really felt this week that the energy is going so fast. Um, the faster it goes, the more the old is crashing. You can see it crashing. I mean, I know it's hard to be surrounded by these whatever's going on, and nobody wants to take over. We don't want to be taken over by USA and have the army here. And I'm telling you, I don't believe in that at all. I think there's so at least over 70% of in the US would not attack. I'm talking about military. I don't think they would attack under the order of 45. I don't think so. Okay, I don't feel that way anyway. And they wouldn't do that or attack Panama This is crazy stuff, boy. We're in it like crazy. We're all in it. Canadian people and people from US are all in together. Whether you know it or not, we're all together. We're we're fighting for the same values. We're fighting for the freedom. We're fighting for humanity. We're fighting to come together, unite, and stop. You know, um, this is horrible. What I heard him say. Oh, Canada has been ripping us off for years. Wow. I know Canadians went to the in history. There are a lot of people. Canadians lost their lives in World War War Two, and also in other wars that we were side by side, but with Americans fighting for democracy, freedom. So, hi, Irene. How are you? There's the lady with the wings. I love the chair. Every time I see that chair, I see you see the two wings up there. You got a chair sitting. You got a there's like an angel sitting in that chair. So yeah. So hi Sylvia. Thanks. How are you? Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for all of my moderators that are here. Yeah, Swampy. Yeah, I know he's jealous of Trudeau. He called him Governor Trudeau. But uh, anyway, yeah, I'm for equality for all humanity. Humanity should be our birthright to be treated as a human being, no matter where you come from, what race you are, all that. You know, I'm for that. Um, I just it just blows my mind sometimes. No wonder I've been through some stuff myself in my life, but sometimes uh, you watch other people go through some stuff. My heart goes out to them, also, So when you need food, you need to pay your rent. There's people here over 70 years old in the street because they can't afford rent, the housing, but it's not the only place. And I know in the U.S. We're pretty much same thing is happening in the U.S. as is happening here, and yet these crazy oligarchs and millionaires trying to control everybody in the whole world and say, yeah, tighten your belts. But we have the power. Hey, by the way, Tesla, those what is it? Elon Musk's cars that go they're getting there's a place here where I forget where it is exactly. I think it was in Montreal. I'm not sure. There was a Tesla where you sell Tesla cars and things like that. There's two young people. That's the young ones. I'm not talking about old people there. I'm talking about young ones in the 20s. They spray painted the whole the whole front place where they sell Tesla. Some cars got paint on them, and others got set on fire or whatever. It doesn't matter. Scratch, whatever. They're doing that right now. So. Mhm. Yeah, we are. We're fighting back. Like I remember Kamala's words. We're not going back. So yeah, we are not going back. We're going forward. Whether you know it or not, we're still making progress towards because these guys, they're going. I see that. I see them crashing pretty soon. Anyway. Hi, Joyful. How are you? Oh, I'm checking in with you while hubby makes dinner. Way to go. You got your hubby doing dinner, right? I just hope this guy. I don't want this guy in our elections. By the way, we're about to go in the elections. I don't want this guy in the government, but Um, the thing that Canada is doing what it needs to do, boycotting. I know. I'm sorry for the people that affects the jobs and everything, the ordinary people. I know this. They were saying, I don't remember. I think it was on Midas Touch. They were saying there's 85% of people in Canada that ripped off like they said, I'm not going to USA. They ripped it off and they said, no way. And look what's happening in Florida right now. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you? Jacqueline St. Paul. How are you? I hope things are good with you. Uh, so I know there's a lot of stuff going on. There's boycotts all over the place, but yeah. So just happy about Midas Touch. You know, at least they're telling the truth because we don't get the truth from news. Neither here, they only put it a certain way, but they leave out the other parts. Like what the hell? They only say. I think they don't want to say too much in case 45 comes after them. I don't know what it is, but they're scared to say the whole thing. Like really. But Midas Touch, I don't think they're afraid of anything. They just put it out there and they show it, like the videos, the proof, what's going on in Canada, what's going on in the United States. They pull it out and they show it exactly. So they're not making this stuff up. That's what I and I like. Oh, I like you guys. Bernie Sanders is in what he's doing in the red states is remarkable. His age, what he's doing is like, oh my God. I think he's showing an example, eh? He's showing an example going out to red states. And does he ever pull a lot of people in there in the red states right now, eh? Like massive, huge crowds. Wow. I like that about him. Okay. Um, but we need people the world needs people that stand for the truth and stand for values and stand for the human being, all of us, humanity. So anyway, I've seen that. Yeah. Oh, you did? I didn't know that. We turned a Senate state yesterday. I didn't know about that. No, I didn't hear about that. Yeah. But I cannot always stay in politics all the time because my my brain is takes so much. I know the energy is speeding up so much. We're like holding our breath, and all of a sudden, bang! We're in elections. We got a new prime minister. We're in elections. This guy went to Europe, met with France. What's going on in Ukraine? We're all over the place right now. Yeah. Okay. So you inherited your mother's house. Okay, debt free. I just paid utilities. You're very lucky. Very, very lucky. Matter of fact, myself, I got my inheritance stolen, so I didn't get my inheritance. But it took a while because I knew not to push it too far because if I did, uh, I had to protect my family, put it that way. So, but the universe gave me back so much, and we we got a house in the country, and we managed to pay it off with efforts, lots of effort. But I'm lucky to be where I am with 3.5 acres of land. I mean, how the the where I am, I've been here since 1993. So that's about 35 some odd years, 30, 32 years, something like that. And the the worth of the land in where I am right now, it's worth a double, triple. But I'm just happy to be here because I got peace of mind. I got nature, and I love it here. You say I didn't know Bernie had a YouTube channel. Yeah, I watched Bernie's YouTube channel. I didn't know he had a YouTube channel. Oh yeah, I guess you do. Yeah, yeah, Julie. Yeah, yeah. We got 3.5 acres of land here. That's a lot of work for me at my age right now. But I got we had nothing, not a fork. We did a lot of gardening, and I had to acquire stuff. It took a lot of years to get there. I'm handy with my hands. I'm good in building things. I'm good with wood. That's my artistic gift of I can build my I built my own kitchen cabinets. I built a vanity. I fixed the house any way I could. So, uh, you know, but it took a lot of years to get where I am. But I mean, I got a lot more than what I ever lost before. And talk about my inheritance, it was stolen. So, uh, you know, my story is that because this person worked in the government, she got access to all my data, my insurance, my insurance, social social insurance number, they call it, my birth certificate, my name. She knew my so she had a son that was about around this. I know I can't prove this stuff, but intuitively intuitively I know, psychically I know, but I can't prove it because all these people that work for the government, they have so much money and so much power, they can wipe you out, and, or send somebody to wipe you off the map. So um, she had her son. That's what I'm saying. I don't have any proof, but she had her son sign in my place, and yeah. So like I say, karma can be a bitch. But hi, Kesley, how are you? How are you? So, it could be a bitch, but karma, I know. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So, so that's why I knew all this stuff. I started to do the research and everything, and then I dropped the research because I knew if I intuitively, if I kept on going, that I could be have my family in trouble. So, especially, yeah. And I was right about that because I learned some stuff after that. So, so glad to see you're doing good. So I have two questions up there. I don't know if anybody else. I have Lucy Mercier and Dan Artis up there. So anybody else that wants to? So we're going. I mean, next week is going to be. Ooh, it's going to be something again. We're going through some stuff. Everybody's going through some stuff. But anyway, I gotta get back to spring cleaning and all that. I'm just waiting for the weather, the snow to melt. So um, I got stuff to get rid of. Yeah, I had to protect myself, but I had to be intelligent about that because I I'm glad I had I'm glad I had intuition. I'm glad I sense things or something like that. I don't know the gift, okay? Because I knew. Oh my God, I knew and things like that, and I was right. I knew even before I heard stuff after that. Yeah, I got you, Judy. I got uh, your question for cards. So What I heard about that, the same lady after that, after she married my, okay, I'm going to say my father, but it's not my father because it's my stepfather that was in on my birth certificate. And I found out later, 50 years later, that he wasn't my real father. It's a long explanation, but okay, he married this woman, and when this is where my inheritance was stolen. So she had access to everything. So, but also one of my uncles told me later on after I let go, and I said, "Oh, I'm not gonna pursue this stuff because it's too much at risk." Um, One of my aunts, I had an aunt. Hi, Akila, how are you? So I had one of my aunt. She lived in New York. Okay, so New York, she was well off, by the way, my aunt, and she had her rings when she passed. Had her rings. Okay, so the same lady I'm talking about that stole my inheritance had got a hold of all her jewelry. Okay, and on this jewelry there were diamonds on there. So my uncle said, and my uncle, my aunt said, we would like, because my uncle's that was her brother, that was in Rivière-du-Loup, which is in Quebec, all the way up. Okay, Rivière-du-Loup, and he asked for his sister's jewelry. So, and my aunt asked for that. Okay, so he went after her and said, "I want my sister's jewelry." So finally, when they got them, they came, like, I guess in the mail or something like that. When they received the jewelry, they had them checked out. Oh, they're all full. She took the real diamonds out and put in false diamonds in it. So that tells you something right there. Okay, that was after I had my inheritance stolen. So yeah, there you go. Nice to see you, Akila. How are you? So there's a lot of stuff too. I learned also about I don't know how I knew all this stuff. There's another one. Uh, my uncle told me a couple things also. Apparently, the same lady that took my inheritance was married to an old guy. He worked for the embassy of Canada, and all of a sudden, he sort of, after they were married, not very long after he passed away, and she got the whole thing. So you know, uh, so I guess there's a strong energy that what I'm saying is correct. Really, yeah. So Akila says no complaints here. Good for you. Oh my God, look at that black tiger. Is that the what do you call that? Is that the black tiger or cougar? No, no, it's not a cougar. Is it black cougar? I'm trying to remember all these. Panther. Yes, the Black Panther. Aquila, Aquila. she's probably don't worry, folks. She's probably laughing at sitting in her chair laughing. Oh. Well, yes. Sometimes we meet on Zoom and things like that, and I go Aquila, Aquila, Aquila. She laughs about that. Fun. Yeah. Anyway, cougar. No, she says a panther, Black Panther. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Anyway. It's freezing outside here, so we're having snow for tonight. I kind of wish it would be all melt away and go away, but that's the way it is. So, anymore, I have three questions up there. I have Lucy Mercier, Dan Artis, and Julie. She wants a card. Anybody else? Um. Oh, she says I saw her in my dreams. Her eyes were beautiful, beautiful, like a neon yellow. Oh wow, wow. The when you see that picture, like it's like, hmm, like that. That's amazing because it looks very, very protective of you. Um, Protection, a lot of protection. Don't lay your hand on my tequila, or else I'll have you for lunch. I mean, exactly. Yeah, Keelan said exactly. There you go. Okay. Hey, I'm doing all these imitations because me and my wife, we were looking at TV today, and guess what? There was a Bugs Bunny, and my wife's laughing. And I'm looking, said, "Hey, did I give you souvenirs when you were a kid?" Because I told her when I was a kid, I was watching Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and all these characters, and I was naming them all around. Yeah, Bugs Bunny. What's up, Doc? Tweety Bird. Oh, I thought I saw a Pussycat. I did. All these imitations. She's sitting there laughing, one after the other. Daffy Duck. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, she's sitting there laughing, but I'm doing all these imitation of voices because when they're coming on, I still remember when I was a kid. Yeah. Roadrunner. Yeah. Me meep, me meep. Boom! There we go. Yeah. Uh, who else was on there? Oh, all kinds of. Speedy Gonzales. Remember Speedy Gonzales? That Mexican Mickey Mouse there thing. Mouse. Zoom. So, so Akila, joyful Mystic Kate is asking, did the panther lay down at your feet? Hmm. Yeah, she was perched in some bushes and suddenly, but eventually I felt comfortable and she walked by my side. I felt protected. There you go. I just said it. I just said it. It looks like protection to me. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. We have animals in spirit, by the way. So yeah. So anybody else want a card? Let me know. I got all kinds of cards. Oh, all kinds of cards. Also, all kinds of. So Kate is asking me, "Hey Ron, do you know why the Roadrunner could always outsmart the coyote? The coyote. Hmm. That must be some way of the coyote. I know one thing. He wasn't stupid. He really wasn't stupid. I mean, yeah, he could feed and run away really fast. Hi, Bridget. How are you? Yeah. Okay, Julie, I got you. Yeah. So, how are you, Bridget? How are things with you? I hope. Um, yeah. Yeah, I heard that. Dan, the Pope was released from hospital. Is being released tomorrow. But I know I said that I think um, I, s- I said that maybe I don't know, but I had the feeling maybe I could be wrong also, but I had the feeling that maybe he could step down and let somebody else because Easter is coming and it's a big holiday for the Pope, and I don't get the feeling he's in. in yeah, he just being released tomorrow, but he got to be careful. He's got to take care of himself at his age right now, and it's not. So Akira says, "Why did I just hear beep beep meep 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 meep?" Yeah. So the answer is because the Roadrunner owns ACME, where the Kayat bought the supplies to try to take him out. Oh wow, that's a good one. Yeah, right. Okay. Oh, you did. Send a lot of love and a lot of support to Bridget York because she had her first chemo treatment Thursday. Um, which uh, chemotherapy is oh boy, yeah, I've seen my friends go through that stuff. Yeah, it's not easy. So a lot of hugs, a lot of much love and light to you, Bridget York, because it's not easy to go through those stuff. Yeah. Gee, yeah. Julie says the coyote spent a lot of money on Advils. Jesus. Yeah, take the pain away. Yeah. Yeah, welcome. You're welcome, Bridget. I'm sending a lot of big divine unconditional love to you. A big hug. Uh, yeah, lots of healing light and love to you, Bridget. It's not easy to go through that stuff. Oh my God. Mm. So Julie says, may you have a complete and quick recovery. Yeah. So I know what it is because I saw my mom go through. Um, but I had a friend, my neighbor here, that I went through 9 years of chemotherapy. I don't know. Unbelievable. 9 years. Oh yeah. Okay. So I spent a lot of time with him, and I don't know. Maybe whatever the time I spent with him, we had good times. So was able to pull through for 9 years. That's a long time to get treatment, chemotherapy for 9 years. My God. Because Bridget, she had 4 6 months without treatment, 15 months with. Wow. Oh my God. Really? So Kate says, there goes the dinner bell. Much love, all dreams show on Thursday. There goes the dinner bell. Much love to all dream show on Thursday. Okay. Now take care, Kate. Bon appetit. That's what you say when you say bon appetit. Okay. So yeah, there's as long as we stay together and support each other with love, kindness, we're going to get through this. The whole world we'll get through this quicker this time that we're having. Uh, we're going through a loop right now. We're going for big changes. The old is going out and the new is coming in. It might, I know there's people suffering. Jesus, and talking about people affording food, affording rent, all this stuff. So, I mean, I know that the quicker that 45 is out of there, the more we can get back to healing because it's a lot of healing after that and a lot of Um, you know, oh boy. No, it's not going out gracefully, that's for sure. But you know, um, could be like I said. I'm going to put it out there again. I'm going to say it again. I get the feeling. This is my opinion. Okay, my opinion. Or whether I'm right or wrong, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't know. I'm hoping anyway. But I still had the feeling, like I said weeks ago, I don't think he'll get through 225. I don't think so. I don't think he'll make it through 2025. Uh, 2025, yeah. The rest this year. You know, if people think he's gonna stay in office 4 years, and no, I guarantee that no. Okay, is he gonna make it past into 226? I don't have that feeling. I don't think he's gonna last 2025. There's something coming up, really something, because the energy is so. There's an energy, an angry energy, an energy uprising. It's like a friggin' volcano. It's ready to explode. It's ready to come out. Like truth, the truth is coming out. I don't know, but I feel this way. But except I can't tell you time wise, or I can't tell you exactly. But I had the I don't know a while back. I had the word treason on my mind a lot. So there could be that coming out in treason. I don't know how you guys deal with it over there, but I know that maybe the locking, there's something coming up. I don't know but I mean, and there's not only there's not only 45. There's a couple others like the vice president also and all this stuff there. Uh, I mean, the whole basket is full, that kind of energy. Yeah. And what about Elon? Elon, I still, okay, I'm saying that some people don't say he's going to run away with his money, but I don't know. I had the feeling that he might be caught up that in treason also, and something about having his hand in the cookie jar or some friggin' thing there coming at him, and maybe there's a chance he could go to. There's a chance he can go to jail. I know he's got a lot of money, but he's losing a lot right now. Really, with his car's Tesla. I mean, it's going down the track. Hi, Shiba. Hello, Shiba. How are you? So I don't know. That's what I'm seeing anyway. Right. The astrology, the planetary alignment is nothing like my astrologer has ever seen before. Right. It's nothing. I mean, this is like, we know history about Hitler, all this stuff. I'm seeing stuff on YouTube I haven't seen before. I'm seeing stuff when they. I mean, I don't know why I'm seeing this stuff, but I'm seeing stuff like. No, I haven't. I haven't. I haven't thrown cards on Elon or Trump, Dan. But I'm seeing stuff on YouTube. I'm seeing stuff on YouTube that I haven't seen before. They talking about how do you say that? The archives. I believe that's what you call them. About when the Germans were in power, like Hitler and things like that, and the executions of these um, these people that committed crimes, like you know, I'm seeing stuff like that on YouTube, and I said, "Geez, I never seen that before." Now I'm seeing it pop up on YouTube. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I'm seeing the history, like showing stuff like the pictures of black and white, but execution, they hung people for crimes against uh, humanity, whatever, war crimes. So I'm seeing that pop up all over YouTube right now. So I don't know. Did you guys see Anonymous talking about Anonymous, where they're talking about the elections being stolen? He brought it out. I saw that on YouTube too. So I don't. Sometimes I have to take a break from this stuff because it's really overwhelming. Because ourselves, we're into election year right now. We're getting bombarded by all kinds of stuff from 45's mouth. You know. Yeah, you're researching that, but I've seen that on YouTube, how they took them down and things like that. Yeah, uh, black and white, and they executed even women that you know, you know, Gestapo. I don't know how you say it. These Nazis, that people that took lives, other people's lives, and Jews' lives and everything. They recognized them and took them down. I know here in Canada, there's some that were escaped uh, Germany during that time. They came to Canada, but today, and some people recognized them, and even at 88 years old, they were brought to justice. So yeah, 80 years old. So you've been reading on that? Yeah. But there's stuff popping up all over the place in YouTube. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I agree with you, Sheila. She said all democratic countries need to stop using Starlink. I believe, I may be wrong, but I heard that we're, I think is, I may be wrong, but I remember we were talking about Doug Ford. I think it's in Toronto, Ontario. They had a contract with, I think it's Star. I don't know if it's Toronto or something. Oh, I know it. It's Canadian, where they had a contract with Starlink, tore up the contract for $100 million. I don't remember exactly the amount, something like that, something like that. Because because this guy is getting into in everybody's government, and yeah, I can see every Starlink rocket go up from my house in Florida. Oh my God. There are so many rockets going up, that most of them are not announced. What the hell? Yeah, because 45 let him in. Yeah. Lucy Mercier said Ontario canceled Doug Ford. Okay, you canceled the contract with Starlink, I believe. That's it. Yeah. Uh, Nana BC wants to know. I saw it. What sense do you get from anonymous? I think they're telling the truth. I really do think they got the information, and they are okay. I'm going to say what they're actually what they're doing is exposing bit by bit, not the whole thing in one shot. Okay, they could probably do it, but what they're doing is exposing to let the consumers or the people in public realize. Okay, most of us knew. Like I predicted, Kamala Harris would win. I wasn't wrong. Nobody was wrong, but the election was stolen. So, but I believe that anonymous, what what they're doing is exposing partial. You know what I mean? Like partial truth and letting anybody out, but they continue. And I don't know, but I had the feeling anonymous will is can get into whatever Elon Musk is doing there, and they can do a lot of damage. I believe they can really do the damage. So I don't know. They they know what they're doing. So apparently they're on the I got the feeling they're on the right side of history. They're trying to do their best to really, really help um, keep democracy alive. Does that make sense to you guys? What I'm saying? I hope so. I know I don't live in the U.S. Uh, you know, but I had that feeling that's what they're doing, and they will get involved anytime and let people know. So you're welcome, Nana. Yeah, yeah. I remember that song. Strong P63 played that in the next song. Everybody wants to rule the world. Yeah. The one I want to get on is the love train. Everybody join on the love train, all over the world. Next stop will be England. So remember the OJs when they sang that? Yeah. So yeah, I believe you're right, Swampy 63. No decent hackers want to work for Elon Musk. No, this guy is cray cray. I actually, oh, I'm not gonna say that. Okay, I'm just gonna had a clash with somebody about Elon Musk. Anyway, I'm not gonna. Yeah, but what? There's people I don't know. I can't understand why. I just don't understand it. So, but lucky we all the people come together, and we know values are very simple. We still want our freedom. We don't want nobody telling us what to do. We don't want anybody looking uh, uh, into your data and hacking your data or hacking, where you live, what's your age, what's your this and that. Oh, geez. I mean, who wants that? I mean, um, we want to be safe. Everybody wants to be safe. Hi, Sage and Salty. How are you? He says, whoops. Okay. I got you, Dan. I'm gonna pull some cards on that. Hi, Salty and Sage and Salty. Excuse me, Sage and Salty. Hello, sweet souls. Yeah, because I clicked on the wrong one. The chat went up. All of a sudden, yeah. So, anyway, yeah. I just want to be in harmony. I want to be able to go freely across to the United States. Um, you know, uh, be able people be able to visit each other without fear. So a fear. Now we're all in fear. There's a warning all over Canada right now to limit your if you're going across the border right now because people are getting detained for nothing. Really, yeah. Uh, this horror story about this lady, she can't even. They took away her phone. She couldn't call her lawyer. She couldn't call anybody for 2 weeks, and nobody knew where she was. So till the now she came. Now she's back, and she's a young person, but she was working. Yeah. So Shelby says, I knew someone that was part of Anonymous. He worked for Lockheed Martin as an engineer. He is an elderly man who worked with computers since the 70s. He died a few years ago with all his secrets. Hmm. Yeah. Of course, people that built computers know how to hack them, I guess. I guess. But I don't I wouldn't want it. I don't like hackers either hacking my computer, but I mean where it's justified to me, where if people do it for the right purpose, for justice, or for the truth, so that you know. Yeah, this Trump crap will help the Canadians build in their election. It does, but it also what I'm Dan, because we have. That's why I'm talking about Midas touch. They reveal the truth. Like, okay, they don't do it in French, and I know where I live in Quebec. There's no, like, the conservative are at the bottom, like they're not up there, at the moment anyway. So, and he's trying to pull the wool over our eyes. So, uh, but in the rest of Canada, English Canada, like I'm talking about the West, and Toronto, all over the place. Midas Touch is listened by a lot of English people. Okay, there, and they're talking about showing stuff. Here's a photo. Here's a video of 45. Here's what he said. Here's Pierre Poliev, what he said, and compare the both, and you can see it right away, you know. And he's trying to get out of it, but blah, 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 yeah, sure. And nobody, there's this thing that they pulled. The last one was, well, I prefer to do I prefer the liberals instead of conservatives. That's a bunch of hogwash, because he doesn't want to say no. And then this guy goes out and says, well, you see, 45 is he prefers the liberals instead of me. I can fight this blah 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 stuff. He's trying to pull one over our eyes, but we can see the BS behind it. So yeah, they know what they're doing for sure. No, I don't think so either. I don't think so. There's something coming along. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty big. I don't think F-45 will be in the White House much longer. Maybe to July or August. I think, like I said, Sage and Salty. At the first, I said I don't think he'll like go through 2025. Like, he'd be out of here in this year. I don't think he'll make it through this year. So that's what I'm talking about. So I don't know. Yeah, there's a possibility there. There's a health question. There is the word treason came up to me. Elon Musk, everything he's doing is like everybody's on. What the hell? So I think there's a lot of yeah. There's even artists talking about musicians. Uh, you know, there's two female Canadian musicians touring in USA were stopped by two policemen. Their car was thoroughly searched for fentanyl, found none, but said Canadians are bringing heavy amounts of fentanyl in U.S. That is that tactic is to scare people so that Canada will be divided, and wants us people fighting with each other and fighting with Americans so that he can take over. But uh-uh, I don't think so. I don't think. I think there's more waking people here and know what's going on, the lies, and what he's trying to do. We see the BS. We can see the BS. Um, the more time we share with each other in these chats, even though we're, you know, there's a lot of Americans here. There's a lot of there's Canadian also mixed in these YouTube chats. There's no way, and I love what Midas Touch. They have both in Canada and in the US telling the truth. comparing. Like, look, I'm saying this, but here's the proof. Bang, see the proof, and it's coming out of 45's mouth, and then it's coming out of Pierre Poilievre's mouth. So we know, and I knew that before my research started. That also, but I was a little bit last year. It was a little bit like concerned about that, because I like I was saying, this guy, geez, I just look at him on TV and I go, oh, it gives me the creeps already. His energy. So yeah. Anyway, that's me. That's I know politics could be a hell of a thing, uh, but we need to stick to our values. We need somebody that believes in fighting for the humanity, human beings, citizens. Okay, so Canada is doing the best they can at the moment. They're staying strong. Hey, I guess you guys know about this. Hey, there's Charlie Angus, I guess. Elbows up, he says. Elbows up. You know, you remember that? Yeah, elbows up. Yeah, I know. I know he's doing that. Yeah, you're correct about that. He says, interesting that Pierre Poilievre still procrastinates on getting top secret security clearance. Wonder what he has to hide. You know what he's got to hide? I know there's finances coming from 45 on the other side, because look, he's not saying 51st estate for nothing. Okay, he's got it in his head and he's trying his best to get his hands on Canada. So there's money coming into this country to MAGA. There's MAGA. There's out west. They were saying there's 1 out of 6 that would vote for 45. So not here, but I'm talking about West Canada, like we're talking about British Columbia, I believe, around that area. So yeah, with that's sickening. Another day eating the cats, eating the dog. I saw that. I was watching Kamala Harris debate 45 on that when he said that. I mean, what? Oh my God. Can't believe that, I mean, yeah, but you laugh at that, but it caused a lot of problems for security after that, though. The security, remember that town, whatever, I don't know, I don't remember where it was, but that town had security problems after that. Like, people started believing this crap, and they had security problems after that. Yeah, I remember that. So, and I mean, when I was hearing Kamala Harris, me and my wife was following. I got chills. I mean, I vibrated all over the place, because when she was talking about for the people, I can feel it in my bones. That is one of my dreams, to see the world come together. Or somebody defending me for working for the people. That's my heart talking about this. I want to see that in the world, that government, they should work for the people. But right now, there's power and money and greed and all this stuff. It has to change. But anyway, yeah, he wants that too. But yeah, he wants to show he's king all over the place. But um, he's king. He's king S. You know that word, SHIT? That's what he is. People here are saying Trump wants Canada oil, gas, and minerals. Correct. But he's using that um, as he's using fentanyl. There's less fentanyl coming out of Canada to the United States than Mexico to Canada. So yeah. Hi, Connie B. How are ya? There's a little Connie B. Right in the picture. There you go. Yeah. So yeah. I know about that. Trump wants to be king of the earth. He's completely delusional. Yeah, he is, but at the same time, what I don't know. All these people that support him, these people that support him. Yeah. So hi, Sabrina, how are you? Did you see what Cash Peter said about Trump and Canada? Just what you said. No, I didn't know that. Just what I said. I didn't even know. I didn't know because I sometimes I haven't got the time to watch everybody. I watch a lot of Midas Touch and things like that, but I know about Cash Peters, but I didn't. Just what you said. Okay, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. Hi, Proxy Roxy. How are you? Yeah. So, uh, okay, I got your question, Connie B. Yeah. Well, there's I don't know data on that, and this I mean the data doesn't add up. Oh, what he's saying it doesn't just add up. It doesn't. And there's another thing about it. They the fentanyl that crosses to the states. Why don't they attack the people that are buying that stuff? Okay, so there's where the question is. They're not fighting that. They're fighting with other countries and trying to tell countries, oh, these they're letting in fentanyl, killing all kinds of people. What about the people that buy that stuff and are, they're making people, yeah. He wants pieces of He wants the whole thing, and then to show off that he's the king. But so Connie B says, I went to the town hall here in Tucson where Bernie, yeah, I saw Bernie Sanders there. AOC and Kazar. It was electric 2,000, 23,000 people. I got to see them up close. Way to go. I I mean, look at Bernie Sanders how um, his age and what he's doing. I mean, wow, that's a great example of person that got a heart and fights, and that's what everybody has to do their part. So here, what I've done, I'm not going in the streets, but I'm boycotting. I signed two petitions, one to take away Elon Musk's citizenship, the other one Uh, I, I learned about that too. There's a petition to keep 45 out of Canada. We don't want them here, by the way. So I signed that one. Yeah, it must have been interesting to watch that. Yeah, because he's speaking the truth, and you know, people that had the experience of not having anything in their life when they're either when they're young. And then even if they get more money or they have lots of money when they get a certain age, some people didn't forget about that. They know how people suffer when in need. You need to pay the rent, you need to pay your food. You're talking about prices here, like grocery prices, and Pierre, he's going around saying, "Oh, Trudeau's fault. Trudeau makes those prices go up. Trudeau did this. Trudeau did that. What the hell? It's all over the world. I mean, in the States, in Canada, the whole there's price gouging all over the place. These companies and these people, uh, they're billionaires are trying to take over so that they can take control of the whole world. And we're not. No, we're not going to lay down and take it. That's for sure. Not me, anyway. I'll do this till my last breath. And I mean that. I'll do this as long as I can, and I take my last breath. As long as I have the autonomy to sign a petition or do something, I will. And I'm in it for the. Uh, yeah, addicts are big business. This is yeah, but to ignore the data that's coming from Canada, the data that's coming from Mexico, it's there's there's no comparison to that. Jeez, but he's using it as an excuse uh, to bully us into terrorists and things like that. But we're not taking it in. Yeah. And besides that, I hear what's his name, Charlie Angus, that works Parliament in Ottawa for Canadian. He's calling 45 a criminal and a whatever, all kinds of names. He's not shy about saying stuff. So, you know, yeah. You signed petition too, Foxy? I signed as many petitions as I can and boycott the big stores that gave to mega politicians. I refuse to give my money to any enablers. That's the power of the people. That's how you take back your power. We have to choose what really, really we need and what we don't need. So we have the power. I mean, we can make companies disappear. We have the power. Give me a second. Oh my God. I needed a drink of water. Talking so much. Yeah. We have the power. Us, the people, have the power to take back our rights. We have the power to do that. As long as we stick together, as long as we are united. Americans, Canadians, Australians, Africans, it doesn't matter. All of us unite together. We become a force to deal with. We will not let these billionaires take over. We have that power to say, we are not buying your products. I don't care how good your product is, eh, because the universe will find other ways for to help you all the time. So yeah, that must have been something else to watch Bernie Sanders. Yeah, congratulations. That must have been awesome show. Like I could just imagine and feel the energy. Yes, that I wasn't there, but I can tell you something. It feels like a little bit what we what I when I watched Kamala Harris and Tim Walz together. That kind of energy. I I think the the energy that you're talking about Bernie Sanders, I think it's similar to that energy. Um, you know, people want the truth. People want they don't want to be. I don't know, put it that way. It's and I'm listening to Milu talking about. I never lived like that, but Milu was talking about Haiti, how Papadak and all this stuff. Oh my God, you know what I mean? Uh, Talking about what he went through when he was young, and people disappeared because they drag people off to dictators and things like that. I know Milu when he's talking about that. I could I can imagine. I mean, the pain of that, the horror of that. So and he's trying to get the message through to everybody. You know, to make sure you um, choose. You have the right to make good choices in your life because there's people that don't know what it's like to be under dictatorship. Who the hell wants to live in Russia right now? Not me, anyway. Uh, I'm I was lucky to be born in Canada. Okay, for now, for now. But you know, uh, I'm just lucky to have neighbors like American neighbors instead of Russians. Besides, it would be worse, you know. But right now, we're lucky to have each other, everybody. So, yeah, but Tulsa is getting. I mean, there's a guy here, and I think I heard on the news. He has a Tulsa. He's a he just said, "Whoa," because somebody scratches his new Tesla a car, you know, it's scratched because of the kind of car. So everybody's getting, I mean, all over the place there. So yeah, psychological. I know what you mean. Warfare. That's what we're having. Yeah, but as long as we stick together, help each other, support each other, love each other with kindness and everything, with respect. I mean, we will win. People will win. We're going to get through this. This is, uh, I don't see it go. I mean, I don't see 45 make it through 2025 in the White House. I don't know. I don't see it. I could be right, could be wrong, whatever, but I don't see it. I just seriously, I think that something's coming up like crazy. I'm just, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, what people have children, things like that, it's not unbearable. I mean, the food banks here in Canada, what I'm saying about here, food banks, I heard today, they're missing, uh, they have to cut down the amount of food they give to each people. There's too many people asking for help. And this is crazy. That's what I was saying one time about uh, that the government should have like a program to, if it costs $2,000, or put it that way, give you an example, give $2,000, they check your revenue, and you're the base of a human being's well-being, financial being is the person needs 2,000 to be able to afford rent and afford food, things like that. They should, and these people will be more productive than being right now, you know, like the food banks, like the criminals, there'd be less people stealing. There would be less people need to pay police, and I don't know, all kinds of things, because people would have the money to pay the rent, pay the food, and be less chaos all over the place. But the governments don't think like that. I do, but anyway, because they could tell by, anyway, they know how much your revenues is anyway. So yeah. So Helen on Wheels says, seriously, my dad liquid nail stuff, and he been gone since 2002, and the liquid nails is still holding up. Yeah, yeah. And Connie B says, it was electric. Felt that breathe. Yeah, I saw diversity in the crowd. I love seeing Lolita. Oh, I don't know who that is. Oh, okay. Mhm. It's very important now, you know, even here in Canada, we have to stay together. That's where Canada is talking about unity. Canada is talking about unity, unity, unity. We got to stick together, you know. So we're talking like that. and us also. We have to stay together, united. Um, you know, but I don't know how a person could stay brainwashed like about voting for 45 and still defending Elon Musk and all that. I don't know. I don't understand that. I tell you the truth. I met one already that uh, you know had a clash. But what can I say? These people, I don't know. Karma is a bitch to deal with after all. Really is. Um, Foxy, Roxy. I'm just reading the chat, folks. I love Bernie and AOC together. Yes. The more they do that, you know, the more they make people angry. I mean, oh boy. Oh, uh, you guys in the States, you guys, it's not like Canada. Canada is not armed like you guys, like citizens armed to the teeth. You guys, you got citizens in the U.S. that are armed to the teeth. I mean, machine guns and everything. They own stuff. Here we don't have that. We have laws against owning guns, or we have laws here in Canada anyway. That hmm. Oh, I heard about something else. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard about the F because Trudeau said something about made an order for F-35. Hi, JR. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Hello. So uh, there was an order for so many F-35s, like the government bought, but I think somebody, or I've heard that, I don't know if it's true though. Okay, they sort of canceled the rest of the order, sort of not dealing with the F-35s anymore. And I've I don't know if it's true, but it's something to do with our new president in Canada dealing with I think it's Finland uh, or Sweden, somewhere around that area, wanting other military airplanes instead of dealing with the U.S. It represents a lot of billions of dollars. So there you go. Oh my God, you've been in a hospital? Oh my God. So sending you lots of healing light and love to you and hugs. So send a lot of love to JR. She's been in a hospital. Wow, my God. Hmm. I'm glad to see you're okay, JR. Yeah, I'm glad you see you're okay. I I was on tonight. I watched Linda G with Mel. Happy birthday to Mel. He just got out of the hospital also, so he went through hell also. Uh, he almost yeah, he went through hell for a couple of days there. Wow, in the infection, yeah. Hi, Kay. How are you? Hey, Ron. I'm a blue dot in a very red Alabama. Oh my God, there are a few of us. Yeah, we have to stick together, folks. Yeah. Oh, Lucy says you watched that too. Yeah. Um, yeah. Mel just got out of roughly, yeah, rough state, but he's doing good right now. What's that other one? That young. Oh Jesus, Linda. Linda talked about their. I saw her. I forget her name. Let's see. Yeah, you're welcome, Jer. I saw her go through quite a bit. Also, she was sick. Um, what's her name there? I think she's Italian or something. She's in the U.S. there. I forget her name. She has a channel on YouTube. Um, oh my God. So my son's mom-in-law died of the same thing. Yeah. that infection. Okay, I had to pick. I chose. Okay, I believe you. Right. Hmm. Yeah, I believe you. Yeah, it's been help. Yeah, it's a wonder how we go through changes, eh? Some of us, I noticed that on YouTube that a lot of us, even people that have channels, went through. Some of them, my God, they went. I mean, they got like a change in their body or system, or they got really sick and come back and you know made it through. But I've noticed that there's a lot of people are getting sort of whatever infections, things like that. I noticed that, or you know, I don't know. I'm lucky. I'm still pretty good shape so far, but I'm resting and I'm retired, so I take it easy. And when I need a nap, I take a nap. So I know sometimes I go really long with my lives on Saturday, but don't they realize you have to go through Canada to get to Alaska by land? Yeah, and there's another thing about talking about Alaska. I think at Mark, uh, the new person, he something about security in Alaska. So, like to keep Alaska safe, like watchdogs out there, so that Russians won't go to Alaska and things like that. Like the security update. I think he did a security update in Alaska, or talking about it, or getting something um, to to uh, um, to set up something for surveillance in Canada, in Alaska. Yeah. So, oh my God. Me, I don't drink, so I don't really care for bourbon, and champagne, and all this stuff. So what? I walk 15,000 steps per day, and I lift weights. You keep you informed in healthy. Well, I do other things like I drink this lemon juice. It's lemon juice in hot water with and I haven't been sick in years for that. And me and my wife do that. The first thing before we have breakfast, nothing in the stomach. We just wake up. Okay. After we go in the kitchen, the first thing I do, I have a Vita mix. So it's a blender. So I have lemon juice in put that in hot water. The water has to be hot though. With garlic and cinnamon and honey. Okay, mix all that together, and we both have a cup of that every morning. And I'm telling you, I haven't been. I've been doing that for years. I don't know, maybe 5, 6 years now. I've never been sick since. Not even a cold, nothing. So it's pretty strong, potent. Anyway, I've been doing that, you know. But yes, that's it. Lemon, garlic, cinnamon, and honey. And don't forget the hot water. It has to be hot though. Okay. So I drink that we with no breakfast, like in your stomach. It don't just before breakfast. Then after that, I eat breakfast, and that's okay. But every I've been doing that for years, so I know about the garlic. That's pretty potent. Lemon is known for, I mean, it kills infections, viruses, something. Garlic also. The honey is has. something also. So I don't know. I just followed that recipe and I did it. And ever since I haven't had a cold or sick since. My wife either. So we're both here, both of us. And, you know, we quit eating meat, a lot of meat, except for chicken. Still have chicken. Once in a while, I love pizza. I gotta admit, I love pizza. So, but we don't abuse it, that. So maybe that's why we're we're still going strong. I don't know. But anyway, okay. Let me see where I'm at. I'm getting heat waves now. I've been talking for a while. Yeah, I'm getting the heat waves now. Yeah, Gandhi says the acid and the bloodstream too. I think the acid cleans out your kidney, so the infections bacteria doesn't recirculate into your bloodstream. Yeah, hmm but so Shelby, Lisa, Ron, I know you were talking a lot about politics tonight and getting away from empathic discussion. My 18-year-old son broke down in tears yesterday because he made fun of girls' shoes when he was 6. Wow. Huh. Yeah. Wow. That's something. Huh. Sometimes we do stuff in our. Sometimes we do stuff when we're younger, or we do stuff and we remember the stuff, and we get a like a. Huh. Yeah, a guilty conscience. Yeah, yeah. That's it. Um, he remembers her name and he wants to apologize. If he knows how to get in contact with her, he can do it through a lot of ways, like internet and things like that. I don't know, or in person, but it would relieve. He'd feel the weight off his shoulders if he did that. Okay, maybe that person that is not feeling the same way. Okay, Kate, I have your question up there. Okay, but yeah, I know how sweet of him to want to apologize. He is learning, and that is a good thing. He never too late to say I'm sorry. No, it's never too late, but it will help relieve the pressure or the weight off his shoulder. Yeah, that's that's uh that's he has to forgive himself. That need to forgive himself for what. Yeah, he was young. He made a mistake. And he's realizing that. Yeah, that's you never know. I mean, maybe the thing about the person that he laughed about the shoes, maybe doesn't feel this, d- doesn't doesn't take it the way your son is taking it. But you never know until you talk to that person. Sometimes yeah, I bet you're proud of him, for sure. That's that is a very good value to have a person. Um, Like talking about me, my mom's on the other side, and she she's so proud of me today. And I have my mother's sister. The way I turned out to be also is proud of me. So how I turned out. So hi Suzanne, how are you? She just woke up, folks. Suzanne just woke up. Hello, how are you? So don't forget to hit the thumbs up, folks. Yeah, it helps the channel. Um, yeah, it's about forgiveness. Eh? The more what your son needs to do at the same time is his spiritual journey is waking up. Uh, it's the waking up. I think there's more and more young people waking up, you know, to this energy about everything. So he says he is worried that he might have made a negative impact in her life. God. He- maybe not. Maybe that the person didn't take it the way. Maybe not. It depends. So, so, yeah, I'm still taking questions, JR. I didn't type God. It was picked up when Ron said it in my speech. The text wasn't off. Yeah, yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, JR, I'm still taking questions up there. If you want, you got a question, let me know. Roxy says I call a girl cheap because she wore dangling earrings when I was in the grammar school, and mother made me apologize. I never forgot, and I never made fun of anyone again. Yeah. Well, you know what? I've been through a lot. A journey. You know what? I've been hurt personally. I've been bullied. All that stuff. When you go through yourself like that, it creates what I'm called compassion. That when it grows, like you grow with compassion, more and more compassion as you go through these difficult moments. You gain compassion for others. We understand what others going through without you know going through yourself. But somebody tells you, "Well, I've been through this," and there's there's a compassion. That's what the world needs anyway. Okay, Jr., I got you. The world needs to have compassion for anyone, no matter where they come from, no matter who they are. Yeah. Hi, Patricia. How are you? Patricia's in the house. Hello, Patricia. How are you? The New York lady is in the house. How's the weather? Uh, we all done stupid things when in our lives. So, like when we're young, but then we learn from that. So when we learn, as long as we learn the lesson, as long as we go through, learn the lesson, have compassion for others. Um, I remember, boy, oh boy, did they ever do a job on me? Because my life when I was a kid was so chaotic because you guys can understand why I don't drink. So uh, both of my parents drank. They were alcoholics. I mean, sometimes I had to open the fridge to find out what the hell and make my own breakfast and things like that. So I try to survive anyway. That's how I was young. Sometimes I too young to do that, but I did it anyway. So anyway, uh, I didn't learn much from them at the time. They were alcoholics. Okay. My mother quit drinking later on, and I became closer to my mom after she joined the AA and things like that. She worked on herself a lot. So anyway, after I got out of there, I didn't under there's things in life I didn't understand, and I thought, well, okay, work hard, do this, buy this, do that. But I had lessons to learn. Even though I had a near death experience when I was a kid, I still went through very difficult things, in my life. But thank you, Connie. This, thank you, Connie B. Thank you. So anyway, I went through all that, and then I learned the thing that got me is that they um, they did stuff to me, boy. They give me a lesson like crazy. I lost everything, like furniture, the relationship, the whole thing went down the drain. The whole friggin' thing, nothing left. Um, and then I was living in an apartment, and then while I was living in an apartment, I didn't even have enough. Trying to find solutions and things like that, uh, a job and things like that, money, and then I ran out of money. So you know, and I'm sitting on the marble steps of our apartment building, and I was looking for what I have a solution, but I don't know how. I need money to take a bus. Only one, not that much. I think it's around maybe $1 or something like that at the time. Um, so I needed the money to take a bus so I can. I knew a place where I could, if I got there at 5 o'clock in the morning, sitting in this this place there in the chair, then they would. There's a possibility they hire you for the day and they send you on a job, different jobs because you know. So and I knew that and I didn't eat. I needed food. I was hungry. Nothing left. Nothing. So I was sitting in the friggin' step. Those steps on a marble step. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I said, "Oh my God, what the hell? How do I can't walk there. It's too goddamn far to walk. What the hell?" But, but this is where it all started to go in my turn around the universe. You say miracles happen. Yeah, they do happen. So I'm sitting there. I don't have any money. I don't have any money for the bus. I get up and I look. I said, "What the hell?" I look in the steps. There's a pile of change in the steps. I don't mean in paper money. I mean coins. There's enough there to take the bus. And I'm still wondering today, how the hell did that get there? When I sat down, there was no coins, there was nothing. The steps were empty. And today, I cannot answer that question. I can only say it's a miracle. It's guardian angel, whatever you call it. Somebody put enough money there for me to take a bus and be able to go to sit there at 5 o'clock in the morning. I got a job. They gave me $10 in advance at the time, $10 so I could. And they gave me bus tickets to get to wherever they sent me to work. I did the whole day's work, and then the $10 they take it off your pay or whatever, things like that. So I mean, this happened to me. Then was learned to be grateful. Grateful for what? Grateful for every little thing that happened. And today I can see I say thank you to this, thank you to that, thank you. Every day I live like that. And I mean, imagine that. Um, that is something else, you know? So they taught me how to be grateful. So I practice being grateful. It really works. It really does. Then being grateful brought me to be able to, I don't know if you call it forgiveness, is sort of like forgiveness, but to stop whatever's going on in my head, these programs that are, you know, because these programs are in my head. Well, if my life is like that, it's because of this one. If my life is like that, it's because of this one. So I had to stop whatever, all these clocks, all this stuff in my head, the programs, and um, I actually took my power back because of what my stepfather did, the abuse and everything, and let it go. So as I did that, I felt like a pair of wings, like I had a wings and I could fly all, you know, what a weight off my shoulders when I did that. But it took a lot of years to get there, you know. And I still went through a lot of difficult moments, but I was I was on a spiritual journey. I think I did this call it a spiritual journey. And look where I am today on YouTube, doing psychic readings and things like that. Unbelievable. You know what I mean? I, I don't know how to explain it. It brought me here after all that. And I still remember all my near death experience, but I still had to go through experiences that were really, really tough to go through. And I survived all that, and I'm still here. I'm still breathing. So I guess sometimes miracles happen in one person's life. So that's one I just want to share that with you guys. So no, it's something else to go through that. But everything that I've been through, it created it created compassion for other people like you guys. You guys are going through tough times. Sometimes you share them with me here, and you know, and I understand. I feel them. Well, yeah, I'm a sight as empath, but I can feel them, but I can also understand them. Okay, I don't need to go through it. I just know, you know, and you guys, I believe you guys can feel it in the chat too. When you can feel it, the energy of compassion, the energy of coming together, the unity, the understanding. So you know, I'm here. I'm here, uh, supporting humanity, and you're part of humanity. So it doesn't matter where you come from. To me, it doesn't matter. And I appreciate each one of you. So let me see. I think I'm going to start answering questions because now I've been on for a couple of hours and wow. Okay, we have Lucy Mercier, Diana Artist, and I have Julie, and I have Diana Artist again, Connie B, and K, and JR in the Q. Um, yeah. So Lucy says, I love my Saturday night with Ron in our chat. Yeah, you know what? When you feel like you belong, you feel like you're welcome, you feel like um home, you feel like you're home, eh? I mean, I when I started, I didn't have a channel. I went on other people's channels, and I felt like that, like on YouTube channels and everything. People saying hi to you, things like that. So yeah, you know, uh, we come from all over the world. You know, we're ordinary people. You know, I don't see. I don't think I have billionaires here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not. I'm just an ordinary guy who's, you know, my heart is that big anyway. So I know. but I've always been like that. So lucky for me. I was born in love. I wasn't born in hate, even though I went through hell. Put it that way. But I knew. I don't know how I knew it, but I just knew it is. And anyway, okay. I got Sabrina. I got you started up there also. Okay, I got you in the queue. So let me see where I'm at. Boy, oh boy. Um, how does it- check where I'm putting my. I'm getting all hot and bothered right now. All the heat's going up my back. Oof. Okay, Ron. When will my 53-year-old daughter stop smoking cannabis? She lives with me. Oh my God. Oh my God. It changes her speech to the opposite. Yeah, it can. Cannabis makes her delusional. Well, what I can tell you about that, I, sorry, I'm laughing because I just saw Nana BC say, Ron, unconditional love. Hope you have enough property for tiny houses for all your subscribers. I have 3.5 acres, but yeah, there's in the wintertime it's pretty bad. But I mean, in the, in the summertime, you can put up a tent here. So I've had people come from. I had my relatives from the U.S. come here. Uh, like there were six, I believe there were six. So we only have 2 bedroom house here. So a lot of they came by, they had their tents. So they put up their tents outside. And the funny part, the joke was that the joke was that my wife's sister uh, she was sleeping in the tent with her son. I did a joke on her. The the tent was underneath the clothesline, and I took the clothesline and go critch scratch. You know, it made a sound like a weird sound. Whoa, what's that? I'd start laughing because I knew it would make a sound. Make a sound like that, and she got all scared. And she thought it was like animals, like in the field or something. That was the clothesline. I was playing with the clothesline. So. Oh well, no, that's it. I bought a tent 2 years ago, and I had no idea why. Yeah, we did a lot of camping, but we buy these air beds. You know these air beds. You put air. It's a lot better than sleep right on the ground directly. Oh my God! But we had those air beds. So anyway, you fill them up with air and you sleep on those mattresses. Air mattress. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can get back to Lucy. Now, the thing about cannabis is that your daughter is um, she believes that she needs it to. Yeah. So I you know I doubt if she will stop that. I know what you're saying. It can make her delusional, but she thinks she sort of depends on it. She's addicted to it. It's pretty hard to stop an addiction, and she's living with you. Besides that, hmm. Yeah. Um, oh, So Nana she said, Chubby, I'm 70 and two chicken. Yeah, I got chicken wings too. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's very stressful for you, but it's a hard thing to deal with, especially when you have a loved one in your family. But I don't think she's ready to quit. I think she's addicted to that. And addictions, she needs people, a group besides yourself, um, to help her through stuff like that. But cannabis can be used medically also. My cousin uses for to control pain because there's nothing else to take away the pain but cannabis. It's doctor prescribed, but in the case of your daughter, is she needs a group besides yourself. Um, it's very hard to be in that situation. Very, very hard. Um, because we don't control other people's lives. It's funny, but we keep saying that we are not in control. Yeah, it's hard to reason with her. She gets angry because she. I was just gonna say she thinks she has her own way and she thinks that you don't understand. You know what I mean? If she if she people get angry with their parents or their daughters or sons and things like that because these people they're trying to have I'm right, you're wrong stuff, and she's addicted. So she's addicted. No wonder she gets angry because it's hard to reason with a person like that thinks she needs it. You know what I mean? And there's there's some truth in that. Yeah, dealing with using cannabis. There's some truth. She okay. I'm just gonna say it truthfully. She thinks she needs it, and she does, but letting go completely is unthinkable for now. But, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't drink and I don't smoke either. So do I. I don't drink it. I don't smoke. But when it comes to addiction, it's something else, and y- she needs another group outside, like a group where people that know about addictions, about cannabis and things like that, drugs and things like that. She needs that to be able to. But you're trying to do your best with, and it's pretty hard to. There you go. That's where yeah, it comes from that. My ex had an addiction to cannabis. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not saying that I think she needs a outside group for that, outside help. Uh, I don't think you're going to make her change her mind because she's um, she's addicted to that. There's no way. It takes somebody outside, like a outside group. So I don't know. It depends what you say to her. Also, make it can be. I don't know, but it's not easy to live. I know you're trying your best to keep her safe. Am I correct on that? I think you're doing the very best mother's love to keep her safe as much as possible, so she wouldn't be out in the street or something, uh, doing something else besides cannabis. I believe that's your intentions are good. Sometimes, uh, There's Kay says she believes my granddaughter is addicted to cannabis as well. Sad. It is. Um, we have no control over that, and not really. No matter is, but there you go. Sabrina says I used to smoke pot for over 30 years and I quit on my own, but I didn't know I had. And I see, and when I quit, they both flared up in my belly. Got a got as big as 6 months pregnant woman. Wow, wow. So I'm glad to see you, Lucy, here and getting, coming together with us. At least we're here for you. We support you. We understand. But I mean, this is when you go when. Oh my God, my mom, like alcohol could be an addiction. Okay, because I know about alcohol and things like that. My mom, I tell you the truth, I couldn't make her stop drinking, but because she stopped on her own with other people like the AA. Okay, so she got help outside of me because me, I couldn't. There's no way that I could have done whatever to help her, except. And then one day she told me I'm in the A and she invited me and I was surprised. And oh my God, I went to meetings with her. I met people and then I saw her change and I became friends, closer together with my mom because of that. So, but she took it all up on her own. So, yeah. So Shelby says, my son to New York City 2 years ago when he was 16. He spent a weekend high smelling the pot being smoked on the sidewalk. I can smell that from far away. Even cigarettes, like people walk out of Walmart and smoke cigarettes outside. I can smell it. My God, can I ever? I I smoke cigarettes and I quit. Oh my God, maybe I'm thinking about 32, 33 years ago. And am I ever happy I did though? Mhm. So already, I didn't know that. Uh, AA can become addiction too, just like sober churches. I didn't know about sober churches. I know about AA, but it did help my mom. They kept her sober for I think she reached 22, 21, 21 years, I believe. She had a token of staying sober for 21 years after that. But it brought us, me and my mom, together. Okay, um, it brought us together. Uh, anyway, mm, yeah, it's pretty hefty smell pot. It is. I mean, you could tell the difference between cigarette smoke and pot. It's for sure. Yeah. But anyway, sending lots of support and help and much love and light to you, Lucy, and for you and your daughter. Um, just you know, manifest that she finds a group that she can get help with because that's the only way I can see right now that may help may help her in the future. But they have to go through what they have to go through. Is it's not easy to say that and not easy to go through that stuff. Uh, Swampy 63. Thank you, Lucy. Um, I use THC for medical purposes. I'm 62 and take no more pharmacal. That that's being said, I think that THC is for everyone. You see, what Swampy is saying is that I have a cousin also that, like I said, doctor prescribed and helps. Hi, Carrie. How are you? I haven't seen you in a little while. Hello. So, um, when you have people that are suffering, the the only thing that takes the pain away is cannabis or something like that. Um, I think it's more. She started with the oil prescribed from doctors here in Canada, anyway. I'm talking about, and it helps. It helps to take a pain away. There's nothing. I mean, she's got so many symptoms, and there's nothing that could take the pain away except that. So sometimes she talks to me and calls me up and tells me this stuff. So, and I say, you know, but it depends. If it's prescribed by a doctor, they know exactly the the uh, the prescription, the dosage, and how and things like that, and when to take it and things like that. So she follows her doctor's prescriptions very closely because it's no fun being in pain. She's in the 60s, by the way. Yeah, she's in the 60s. Yeah. Oh my God, Carrie. Yeah. Wow. Because I smoked weed my whole life until I had a heart attack last year, and that was that. Oh my God. Heart attack is. Mm, man, I can't go on there. I got something that in the heart that the I think is rapid rapid beat sometimes. I've had that, and I haven't in years had that, but I had that before. Uh, I think it was caused by stress or something, and my heart just speed up, and then oh my God, the heartbeat. I have something like that. Um, I'm not on medication, by the way, so they found. So I stay away from stress as much as I can because that happens to me with the heartbeat. But I think it's the stress that does that. I didn't know about that. Do you have that in the States? Some churches doctrine AA participant in a church, and they used to neglect their family for alcohol, and then they neglect there for religion. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Really. But when I was going to AA meeting, that they call the AA meeting, and whenever I forget that I see my mother change. So I see my mother become more spiritual than before, and my mom and I have a gift. My mom, well, she's passed. Let's see. Okay, uh, my mom and I have telepathic gifts. Since I'm telling you, this is I the just before the phone rang, I said the phone's gonna ring and it's my mom, or I do the same thing to her. Things like that. I lived with my mom, not live with my mom, but I mean things happen like that between me and my mom. So I had the telepathic gifts. So oh, Shelby, I didn't know that. She says she says I had many kids of parents like that seek refuge at my house. Yeah. Well, when you're abused when you're young, that happens to a lot of us. I, me. Oh boy! I'm getting into the stories again. I ran away. At least I ran away. I think it's 3 times. I think 3 times I ran away from home when I was a kid. I ran away. I remember one. I was 9 years old. Uh, at 9 years old, I took my bicycle and I pedaled 9 miles to what the place called Petawawa, Ontario. Okay, which is in the area of Chalk River, Petawawa, Deep River. I remember the names there. Um, anyway, Pembroke, Ontario, Canada. So I drove my bicycle, like I pedaled my bike for 9 miles. I was 9 years old. I was about 9 miles, 9 years old, and Petawawa was an army base situated in Canada. An army base, Canadian army base, was in Petawawa, but I pedaled right to there, and I got there, and at night I slept in one of these sheds outside. Oh, good night, Patricia. Thank you for moderating. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time to moderate. Thank you. Good night. Take care. So while I was in, I was in this shed, in this crazy shed, like outside there, and I was looking for Jesus. This is a shed where you put all your stuff in, whatever, all your stuff you don't need in the house, I guess. So I'm there checking this place out, and they had a baby carriage, an old baby carriage in there, and Jesus, I didn't want to sleep on the floor because I was seeing all these spiders and big friggin' spiders, So I slept in the baby's crib, like sitting baby's crib, whatever. I was 9 years old. So the old baby carriage, it was uh, held me up anyway. Put it that way. And I didn't sleep that much, but anyway, I slept there. Um, the army that night was all over. I was all over television broadcast. The army was looking for me, and I'm there in Petawawa, in 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 Petawawa itself, for the army station. So they were looking for me all night. So anyway, and then I got when they found me the next day. It brought me home. Um, my mom was crying like crazy. She tried to commit suicide, all this stuff. But alcohol is alcohol. Jesus, So yeah. Anyway, so that was the first one. Then I did it again when I was later on. That if a child wants to run away from home, it's because there's something going on at home. So I mean, if you're well at home, you wouldn't do that. But I did it the second time, and I was at school. So this time I ran away, and I had a friend in this. He wasn't living in the same. Let's see, it's like part of the city where I was. Anyway, it was another part. So I went to his house, and while his parents weren't there, he was feeding me, and I was in the tent, and I spent 3 days, maybe the whole weekend, 3 4 days before they found me. So again, and I had brought back home. So the last time, my God, yeah, I ran away again later on when I was about 14 years old, around 14 ish. And this time, I I, I ran away and ended up picking pop bottles and things like that on, because people used to throw their bottles and pep bottle uh, uh, drinks outside the bottle. I used to pick them up and sell them so I can eat and things like that. Then I managed to get just my clothes and everything I had. Managed to get to a place where a bus station where I ended up in the city, North Bay, Ontario. So this is another city. In North Bay, Ontario, well, I was in the bus station and I said, Jesus, I'm going to visit, walk around. And the funny part, as I got out of the bus station, started walking around the city at the time, there was a taxi stand with a big announcement. taxi stand, and the announcer says, "We need some workers to take to the sawmill or something like that. We're bringing workers tomorrow. We're looking for workers for a sawmill." I was only 14 years old. I didn't have a social security number, nothing yet because I was too young. So I went to the taxi stand and said, "You looking for workers?" He said, "Yep." And they knew my age, but they didn't care about that, or they didn't do any research. Today you can't do that, but but anyway, they said you got to be here tomorrow morning because we're taking uh, like a taxi, actually getting into a taxi, and this taxi will bring you to Sawmill. Yeah, but I don't have any work boots or working clothes. They said, "Don't worry about that because there's a store over there. They'll give you everything. When you get your pay, they'll take it off your pay." And you know, good night, Foxy Roxy. Good night. Sweet dreams to you. So they'll take it off your pay, and then you'll be able to pay them back when they'll take it off your pay. I said, "Oh, great." And I was fed, work, paid, and everything. Then I said, "Okay." So I learned that it was 15 miles in the bush. So I was only 14 though. I didn't want them to find me again because I had that problem two times. They found me. This time, you're not going to find me. So I 50 miles in the bush. So I went in the bush and went in the bush and worked there. They didn't find me. So I got work boots, they had everything I need. Oh my god, I ate like a oh we had a cook over there, so everybody was fed. We live in the bush in these cabins like bunk beds. They're bunk beds made out of wood and things like that. So we slept there with a wooden stove, 4 feet to 5 feet, 6 feet of snow outside. Had to walk down to the hall or the where they serve food and things like that. Ate like crazy. So I was fed, I was paid, and also everything I had everything I needed. So I stayed there, and they didn't find me till I was 18 years old. At 18, you couldn't do anything about it. So you know what I mean? Because I walked in, I came back by myself to see my mom when I was 18 years old. I had a suit, I had money, uh, I was all dressed up, and she just went, "Oh my God!" She thought I was dead. She didn't see me for 4 years or something like that, 3 years or something like that. So, so that's the story of me running away from home. I can understand that. I got lots of stories. I think I could probably write a book and it'd be all kinds of stories like that. But anyway, okay, I'm going to go back to Dan Artist. He says, "My son met a girl from his college. He said it was going well. Her name is Lena. She then just stopped connecting. So he's moving on. He's going to date night event. Hmm. So she's moving on. Wow. Uh, hmm. He's going to date night event. Date night event. Huh. Yeah. I think it's going to take a little bit more than that. Date night event. When you meet the right girl, it's going to take more than that. Um, um, I I give you my impression. My impression is that we all learn lessons through relationships. We all had those crazy relationships when we were young, like first love, all this stuff. Man, oh man, that is hard to go through that. And you're asking, will he meet the right girl? Uh, hmm, I don't think it's going to be right away. So there's there's still some lessons to learn. Um, it's okay that he moved on. I'm not saying that it's not. It's a good thing he moved on, but I don't feel I don't feel it like he meet the right girl just like that. It takes time, and it takes um, I don't know how to say that. The relationships have to be built on truth. Okay, so yeah, he is moving. He's trying to move on, but maybe he's still carrying that energy a little bit with him. But he's trying to meet the right girl is another question. I think it'll take time. Um, I just think it'll take time. So I hope that answered your question, Dan. Uh, just keep on wishing the best because um, it's like it's like you know what you want and what you don't want. You know how you feel with a person, know what bothers you, and it has to be open communication. It has to be built on solid ground truth, and it has to be both and not just one sided. Put it that way. I hope that answered your question. He's still here, Dan. I hope Dan's still here. So, Julie, may I please have some cards for April? Yes, you may. Hmm. Cards for April. Okay, let me see. I'm going to use the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. Thank you, Julie. She's still here. So am I, Julie. I'm still here. No, I'm making a joke. Okay. I'm still here. Yeah. Whew. I'm getting heat waves off my back. Wow. Boy, oh boy. Oh my God. Your furnace went out today and the repairman needs a part for it. He can't get until Monday morning. Oh my God. Uh, wow. Monday morning. You got tomorrow and Monday morning. Oh, oh. Well, as long as you need heat, you got any electric heat, electric heater or something like that? No. You have space heaters. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we will manage. Right. I use those sometimes too. Right now, I don't need a space heater. I'm crazy hot in the back. Oh, whew. My God. Okay, I got five cards for you. Okay, J Cat Lady, I don't mind. I got you started up there. So I hope Julie, if you can help me read these cards. So Saturn and Mercury are retrograde right now. Oh, okay. Um, because these sometimes they have. Okay, Julie. This is the first one that came out. Okay, so Ku Kudumi. I think I don't know if I said it correctly. Cloak of wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. That's the first card. Okay. The next one, divine, the divine director, intervention and purpose. I can, my God, I'm trying to. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Then the other card I got, Lord Shiva, transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Sometimes I do that. Put on the music and dance with the universe. Okay, Julia. The other card I got, Lady Portia, divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. And the last one I have for you, I hope this all resonates for you. Um, Freya, Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Yeah, Dan, I took a question a while ago. I read your questions. So, Julia, I hope that those cards resonate with you. So let me see who we're at. That was the cards for April. Then you had a single card for today would be great. Okay. You want a single card for today? Yeah, they're meant to be together. She asked me, Julie asked me if those cards are five cards I meant. Those are that was for April. Okay. The message for April. Now, I'll give you another one for today. Okay, you want one for today, and I'll pick those ones. I'm just gonna hide this. Okay. Yeah, it's good to meditate on them. It's a complex group. Okay. The card for today, Julia, the secret language of light. Okay. I'm going to pick one card from that and I'll give you the message. we had a sort of minus a little mini earthquake the last yeah last week this week. Um, I thought my wife was on the other side, and I said, "Geez, did you fall down or something? Did you drop something?" Said no. Then I learned on the news there was an earthquake, 3.8. So I felt it. I was sitting in my here in my chair, and I go boom, back the hell. It's like something dropped on the floor, and apparently it was that earthquake that we felt. I felt here. So hmm. Let me see what I have for today. Number 7. Oh, I don't know. Okay, for today, this card came up, Julie. Number 7. Nothing has gone wrong. This is the secret language of light. Okay? Looks like an eyeball right in the middle or something. Universal eye. And it says an obstacle launches new loving request. In the last few days, a change came out of the blue. It may have felt like your body and mind moved through a crack in reality as your life altered course so suddenly. Deep within, you have been craving change, and this situation brings new and different experiences into your life. You may be feeling a little lightheaded and dazzled by the brilliance of this expanded version of you, but you are doing so well. It is now time to catch your breath and settle into your new outlook. This is an opportunity to look at your thoughts, your ideas, your reactions to your potential success. As you become aware, implemented change, you can rise above the limits people or situations have uh, placed on you. This card depicts the 3 gram of the One Ching, the Book of Changes, with a yin yang, what the hell symbol. This is a reminder that everything changes, that nothing can exist on our physical plane without its opposite, and neither is the superior to the other. So you can stop anything that has manifested, but it can be served as an inspiration to create new paths aligned with your soul truths. So this comes from the secret language of light. So I hope that message resonates with you. This is pretty much what I've been stressing about all day. You're welcome. Yeah, we all go through that. Okay, Lucy, I'll get to your question. I got you. Good night, Susan. Good night. Take care. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Thank you for spending some time with us. Um, so I hope, Dan, let's see what I got. So Dan says, Ron, have you ever thrown cards on Elon Musk or Trump? No, I haven't. Um, and then show this. I would love if you threw your cards on Ellen. Okay, I can throw some cards on Ellen. Thank you, Julie. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you so much. You are very generous. Thank you. So then I'm going to throw some cards on Elon Musk. See, and I have Connie, I got Kay, I got JR, Sabrina, J Cat Lady, and Lucy Mercier. Wow. Okay, see if I can get this done. Elon Musk. This guy, Elon Musk, is so arrogant and so wow. Oh boy. Okay. Uh, this is what I said to I said at first about this. Remember I was talking about Elon Musk. So Dan, these you're still here. I hope you're still here. This is on Elon Musk. Okay. So the first card I read about Elon Musk. Remember I said Elon Musk is there's a possibility he goes to I said jail or something like that, or he gets caught in something with his hand in the cookie jar. So I got the devil chained to the devil. Okay. He's chained to the devil. He said, yeah, the devil card. There we go. Chained to the devil card. That's who I got first. Now, the second card, Dan, on Elon Musk is justice. I was talking about justice. Okay. So justice came out. Oh, so maybe my whatever I said it can eventually come true. Okay, but anyway, I know people have free will, but look what I have on Elon Musk. This is Ace of Wands, divine intervention, new possibility of uh, new growth, new uh, reporting or truth coming out about him. So that's the cards I got on Elon Musk, and so I hope it resonates with you. So okay, I don't know if it's Dan still here or not. No, anyway. Let me see. Where am I? Where am I at? Okay, Connie B. I know she left with my son Tom to get a job in Tucson soon. He's in Miami. He's a racist situation for natives. Oh my God. No, with all this situation, the upheaval and the chaos and everything, it's going to take a while for people to heal from a situation like that. You know, it's going to take a while for because we're going to need some healing, and that's one situation right there that whatever's going on at the moment is not helping calm things out till because people are getting so friggin' angry and they're turning on each other also, and it's going to be hard. It's going to take a while till the dust settles down. So I hope that resonated with you, Connie B. If you're watching you can watch the replay. Let me see. Ron, do you my guys have a message for me today? Okay. Okay, let me see. I don't know if you're still here. Also, I'm gonna use I'm gonna use the angel guide. Okay. So let's see. If you're still here, let me know. Mhm. Okay, Sabrina, I'll get to you. You're still in the queue up there. So. Who am I reading on right now? Okay. I'm reading on K that I have JR. I got JR and then Sabrina after that, and J, Cat Lady, and Lucy Mercier. And that's it for tonight. No more questions after that. So thank you. That'd be it for tonight after that. I want to be here all night. So you're there. Okay, Kay. Thank you. So your cards are coming up there. Your message. So here we go. These are the Angel Guide Oracle cards from Kyle Gray. Kyle Gray. Okay. Yeah, I know you're here. Okay. Here we go. First card I got, message, is Earth Ground. Earth and ground. So the need to ground yourself, as you can do. You see, ground yourself so that your energy flows right through your chakras. Okay. So earth and ground. The the message: expect miracles. Okay, expect miracles. Well, the other card I got was good night, there, Bridget. Yeah, good night. Take care. Yeah. The other card I got was healing energy. So the healing energy, the process of healing energy. Okay. The other card I got was um, sort of like a sign from the spiritual side. Uh, Mother, Father, God, the connection to the universe. Okay. The, to the connection to the energy. Okay. Mother, Father, and God. The last one I got for you is trust the universe. Trust your gut. Trust the universe. That universe is working on your behalf. So I hope that message resonates with you. Thank you very much for your question. Much love and light to you. Let me see who we have next. JR. I don't know if JR is still here, but reading for next 30 days. Okay. I have JR, and then I have Sabrina after that. J Cat Lady and Lucy Messier. Those are the last ones for tonight. Um, JR. I don't know if JR left or not. So JR, I'm going to Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. Okay. I believe I'm here for 3 hours already. I've been here 3 hours already. Oh my. Oh boy. Hmm. Okay, JR. Oh God. So next 30 days. You're welcome. Okay. Uh, let me see where I'm at. Okay. I think JR left. But anyway, Horus, Cosmetic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnet and powerful, miraculous changes are occurring with what you've been through, of course. Then I got the card I always, the Joan of Arc. I always relate this card to Kamala Harris. So, yeah, I've been on for I've been on for 3 hours already. So stay strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. Now, JR, Mercury, open communication. Get the weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. Uh, these are great cards to get, JR. I got Master Jesus, forgiveness. You are in the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Further healing is possible at this time. So, and the last one I got, JR, for you is Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. Trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels are standby. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. So, much love and light to you, JR. And sending lots of healing light and loves to you. So I'm just going to take a minute. I'll be back, folks. So the next person up is Sabrina. Okay, Sabrina, you're up next. Give me a second, a minute. Sorry, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, Sabrina, does my spirit guides have a message for me? Okay. Okay. Let me see. Is that okay with you, Sabrina? I used The Angel Guide by Carl Gray. Let me know if that's okay with you. I know you're here. Okay. Ron's taking a short break. Yeah. Okay. Uh, it's getting windy outside. It's very windy outside here, so I don't know. I had to go check something. Yeah, I heard something also. So I think J Cat Lady is next, I think. After that. Oh, you're back. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, J Cat Lady is next, and then Lucy Mercier. Those are the questions are closed for tonight. There's two more after this. I'm back. I'm back. So it's getting windy outside like crazy. You can hear the wind howling. It's spring, but for now it still looks like winter. Pretty cool outside. Okay. Yeah, I've been on for 3 hours. Jeez, I didn't think I'd be on this long. You know, but I enjoy this stuff, so only do once a week anyway, so not too bad. And then I can sleep in tomorrow. Sunday. It's Sunday. Okay, Sabrina. Here we go. So, your question was about spiritual guides, I believe. Yeah. Does my spiritual guides have a message for you? Okay, here we go. I got 5 cards that I pulled. And then I have J Cat Lady and Lucy Mercier after that. Okay. The first card that came out, listen deeply. Listen deeply. Um, they have a message for you. As you can see, look at the image of that through your heart. Like this person is holding, you know, and listen deeply. They have a message for you. So then came pull this card, strength and guidance. As you could see, the two hands come out, strength and guidance. They're giving you strength and guidance. You have the next card I got, Sabrina, for you is Garden Angel. As you can see, your Garden Angel is right beside you. Okay, the Garden Angel. These are all like spiritual energies coming through. I feel like it's spiritual energies coming through. Um, they'll expect miracles. So this card, I think I pulled that a while ago. Expect miracles. So whatever you're thinking about, expect miracles to happen. Okay. There's and and the message is that you are on a spiritual growth because you might be feeling some energies and wondering what is this, okay? And it's like the beginning of awakening energy, new energy coming in. So I hope that those cards resonate with you. Okay, spiritual growth. And you can use your own intuition to when you see these cards and use it um, to what the cards tell you when you see them. Yeah. Thank you, Ron. Your homemade cabinets still look awesome. Wow. I asked my spirit guides for a message and help today. Okay. Mhm. You're welcome, Sabrina. Much love and light to you. Yeah, but sometimes we get through these days and we're asking ourselves, "Whoa, what the hell's going on with me? And why do I feel like this or like that?" And I think we're feeling whatever's going through, you know, and we're asking questions about why do I see this? Why do I feel like this? Yeah, you know. Well, you guys sometimes I show you cards like that. You guys can read your own cards also, or how you feel when you see them. You know. So, okay, let me see who I'm. I think it's Jay Cat Lady. I believe is up next, and then I have Lucy Mercier. That picture you saw a while ago. This picture that you see right now. That's me, and that's my wife. That's beside me. So, if you guys didn't see that before there, that's my wife that's beside me. I just want to say that. Show you guys that's what you see. So take a couple cards if you don't mind. Okay. So J Cat Lady, couple cards. Hmm. Swamp P63 is still there. How can That's gonna take J Cat Lady. Okay. I think I haven't used these ones in a long time, so I don't know. So I'm using J Cat Lady. I'm using the Soul's Journey lesson cards guidebook from. It's not a well. It's not the guidebook. It's the cards. Yeah, I know you're here. So I'm using these ones from Jane Van Prague, the New York Times bestseller author. A 44 card deck and guidebook. So I'm gonna use this one. I haven't used these ones in a long time. Thank you, Swampy63. Oh my God, these cards are flying out. Ah, yeah. So she wants me to put that back the picture. Can you put back the picture I missed if I didn't have my glasses on? Yeah, I just saw him on the other day on the video. Okay, let me see. My picture, the picture of my wife and me. I mean, okay, there you go. If you got your glasses on, now you can see. So that's me and my wife up there. So I was a little younger then. So no, that was a picture I took at her birthday. It was her birthday, so she enjoyed. I remember that day. She really enjoyed that. Yeah. So oh my god. Okay, you better keep your glasses on. You want to see the cards. I got Your cards are coming up there. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel. It helps whatever YouTube is doing. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for spending some time with me on this Saturday night. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we've been together uh, 35 years, I believe. Yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, these cards are flying. I just dropped another one on the floor. I don't know. Let me see. One more, Jay Cat Lady, to see. Oh my God. I think I'm getting tired. I dropped the whole thing in the floor. Ah. Yeah, I dropped the whole package on the floor, but it all landed in one place. So not too bad. Okay, so I haven't used these cards in a while. Okay, those are called The Soul's Journey. The Soul's Journey by James Van Prague. I had two decks like that. I got another one. James Van my glasses are on. Okay. Okay. Oh, you celebrate 30 years with your hubby? Yeah. Mine is 35 years. That's another one deck I have from James Van Prague. I use this for reading when people want messages from the loved ones on the other side. So talking to heaven. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I got lucky anyway. After so many relationships before, like crazy relationship, I got lucky. I don't know. So here we go, J Cat Lady. Your cards I pull for you from like I said, I'm getting tired. The Soul's Journey. I've been on for 2.5 hours almost. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So there's messages in those cards. And I love the images of this. Wow. So yeah. Congratulations, Shelby. Us is 35 years. I had to think about it and I said, oh my God, it doesn't. To me, when you're in good relations with somebody, it doesn't feel that long. You have to think about it. Listen, oh my God, when you're at the right person. So this is the second card I got, J, Cat Lady, indecision. Okay, indecision. It says, I use my intuition in all aspects of life. There's a lot of messages in these cards. Wow. I haven't used them very often, but here we go. Peace. Thank you, Kay. So peace. It says, I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. Good night, Sabrina. Take care. Much love and light to you. Thank you for spending some time with me on Saturday night. So the other message I'm getting, J Cat Lady, is regret. I know that I cannot change the past, which is true. You can't change the past, but you can make it better. But anyway, I don't think we have lessons in life, and once we learn the lessons, our our life gets better and better. So Shelby says we have known each over other for 40 years. Okay, J Cat Lady, the last card I got, which is powerful message. You're welcome, Jer. I hope it resonates with you. Um, Service. I feel good when I can help others. That I know what that is. I feel good when you know because I had the experience of going to a grocery store. That I think was last year, 40 years. I think it was in 2023. Well, I've been in grocery stores. I mean, this year at 24, like 2024, 2023. Well, anyway, this experience I had is that I was in line to go to cashier, and there was this lady. She was in probably in her 80s. I don't know, something like that. She was trying to buy a couple of vegetables like carrots and things like that, and I could see that she was searching all over the place to get a bunch of change to pay for that. And I said, then I saw what she was doing, and then the lady said, "Well, that's sort of it wasn't enough money." So I reached over, told the cashier, "I will pay for that for her. You know, I will pay for for it." And the lady turned around. The lady that was about in her 80s looked at me like surprised, like in shock, like wow. And then I handed her whatever, $3, $4, I don't know, something like that. I paid for it. And I felt so good in my heart just doing that. It felt so good to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But every time you do something like that, you don't plan for it, you just do it when it pops up. There's a reason it pops up in your life, and you do it. That was that felt so good when I did that. Yeah, she says, that's an awesome card. You're welcome there. You're welcome, Jay, cat lady. You're welcome. You well deserve it. Well deserve it. You know. So I have one more, I believe, and then I'll have to my God, it's almost I can't believe I've been on so long, but here we are. Lucy Mercier. I don't know if she's still here, but I hope you're still here, Lucy. Yeah, those are beautiful cards. They're all beautiful cards. Yeah. Um, I didn't use those very often, but Lucy Mercier, are you still here? Let me know. Oh, she's still here. Yeah. Okay. So it says, Ron, I smell a very strong and familiar perfume a few minutes ago. It was right beside me. Who was visiting? Uh, okay. I'll tell you the first impression that I got. I may be right, may be wrong, whatever. But you there's a loved one that there's a person that you're close to that passed. I was thinking about it came to mind. I don't know. Did was your friend? You're a friend, so I don't know if that resonates with you. Your friend. Um, does it resonate with you? What I'm saying? Like, Yeah. I don't know if there's a name with Teresa or something. Yeah. So does that sound familiar, or that's is the sound familiar? Does that smell familiar, or somehow does it relate somebody like that? You've been thinking about her, okay? Okay. If you've been thinking about her, then as soon as you think about somebody, they come and visit you. They come uh, beside you. You know what I mean? Like uh, sometimes I will get people that, yeah, it makes sense. I miss her. I know you do. So you know what? I'm going to use these cards. Let's see. Okay, Talking to Heaven by James Van Prague, and see what comes up. But that's who I get the a feeling that it could be that person. Um, you know, because it happens sometimes when you what happens sometimes you think about somebody, and they always say that when as soon as you think about it, they know you're thinking about it, and they appear. They come close to you. You're thinking about your mom. You're thinking about your loved one, your sister, your brother, and as soon as you think, I think about her. How come? It's funny, and some people get messages after that. Now there's a couple of cards that fell on the floor. Oh my god. Okay. hmm There's a rainbow here. Shelby says, "I'm old, but the young skaters want to learn old skate moves." Yeah, I believe you. I coach anyone who wants to learn for free. Well, I haven't been on roller skates for quite a while now, or ice skates, but I had a lot of fun doing it. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Yeah, she said she passed February 24th, almost a month ago. Mhm. Yeah, it, it's not easy to go through that. People people will love, but we all stay connected. That's where people, you know, when you go on the other side, we're all connected. Okay, this is what comes through for the talking to heaven. Uh, I'm glad this is the last question for tonight because I'm dropping the cards. I'm getting tired. I guess that's what it is. Uh, I'm trying to fiddle. So, Lucy, I believe that was your. That's what I was feeling. Possibly your friend that passed there. Okay, wants you. Maybe there's something familiar about the whatever you smell. But anyway, says the message came through. There is no time where I am. Time is only on Earth. Okay, so something to do with you missing her. Okay, uh, so it's related to. There's no time on it. There's no time where she is, but time is only on Earth. Also, the message is I am so much better now. Look at the rainbow. There's a rainbow. There's a rainbow. Um, yeah. I remember seeing double rainbow in the field back there so one time. The first time I ever saw in my whole life a double rainbow. That was something else. Yeah, she was very sick with cancer. Yeah. Okay. She's much better there. I can tell you that. My mom's on the other side. She died from cancer also. So I know. Yeah, that's what I felt when I was holding her hand and she crossed and took her last breath. I felt joy, excitement, and party time. Like, oh my God. And when I felt that at first, I couldn't talk to anybody about it, but that's what I felt. That's the truth. So, you know, but my mom knew I could understand. But I kept it with myself for a long, long time. Uh, Even some of my relatives, I don't tell them what this, well, talk about this. So the message is tears cleanse the soul, and it's in the form of a heart. So there's a lot of love coming through. Okay, for you. So she said her daughters gave her a beautiful celebration of life. So he's telling you, don't be afraid. Uh, you know, I don't think there's anything to be afraid, but I know that because I've been on the other side. I had near death experience. There's nothing to be afraid. What we're afraid of is the pain, is the suffering, and things like that. Yeah, but once we once we transit on the other side, my God, it's a whole different story. Um, yeah, when people suffer for a long, long time, there is crazy. No, oh, but anyway, that's the message. I am here helping you. I am here helping you. So that's the cards I got for you, Lucy. Um, I am here helping you because sometimes they come with messages like butterflies or you think about something and all of a sudden pops uh, a certain kind of bird or communication, all kinds of stuff like that. Signs. They give you signs like that. Uh, I saw orbs a couple of times here. I saw a shadow like it's hard to explain there. There's like it goes really seconds like the shadow like somebody's and animals are very sensitive to that too. They can see uh, uh, they can see stuff also animals. Yeah, yeah. You see, we supported each other through life. Both of us single parents. There you go. You're welcome. Thank you, Swampy 63. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Yeah. So no, my mom helps me. My mom, she's a fan. She's always there for me, and I got a big fan club on the other side. uh, some that have crossed over, and when they see what I do, they're all a little bit surprised. Yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, oh, that was quite a night, quite a journey all week. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens next week. I mean, we're going into election in Canada. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Nana BC. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Yeah, J Cat Lady says, I'm not afraid of dying, but I want to stay around having so much fun with my great grandchildren. grandson. He's asleep at the end of the bed. I get to spend the weekend with him. He's yeah. The kids are wow. Me, I must have something special because I, I other people's kids like when they're babies, I can see through their eyes and make them smile for some reason. You know, I don't know. Kids just it's like animals. Animals too. I'm like that. I don't know what it is, but you know, I remember now they're adults. Like what years ago when they were babies. When I met them when they were babies, you see them just go making faces and go, "Wah, wah, wah, wah," and I talk to them and they start smiling. So yeah, kids love to play. Uh, it happened to me several times. Like other people's kids, they want to play. They want to the beauty of innocence. The beauty of the innocence through their eyes. Oh boy, I guess must be a gift because I'm done. Yeah. You're welcome, G. Catley. Leave me a comment after the show. Maybe give me a smiling face, and it helps anyway. So, thank you all for all you beautiful people, wonderful souls. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your time on a Saturday night with me, and I'll see you next week. And much love and light. Stay safe. Be aware that there's a lot of crap going on. Okay, just be aware, stay safe, and take care of yourself. Uh, you know, um, because of all what's going on. So just be aware. So good night, everybody. Take care.